Hey guys, so real quick, I just wanted to come on here and do a quick video on getting into ketosis and fasting. So a lot of times what I see on my social media is people asking, should I do keto or should I do intermittent fasting? And a lot of times I say, do both. Do both because they both work together very, very well. So here's the thing with keto and fasting. So when you're doing keto, which is a really high fat, and when you're doing fasting, which is you have a block of time throughout the day where you're not eating, and typically that block of time is 12 to 16 hours a day where you're not eating. Both of these systems are using the same metabolic systems in your body. So when you're fasting, you're pretty much forcing your body into a ketosis state where your body has no choice but to use fat as energy, because your body is, you're fasting, you're not eating, so your body doesn't have any energy source to use other than the stored fat that's already in your body. So that is how fasting works. And with the with the ketogenic diet, what you're doing is you're eating a very low carb diet and a very high fat diet. And when you're doing that, you're also putting your body in a ketosis state, forcing your body to use fat as energy instead of carbs. So both of these work almost the same, but when you put them together, they are very effective. So when you think about it, the ketogenic diet is almost making your body mimic fasting, because for one, you're pretty much depleting your body of its preferred energy source, which is carbs, and you're forcing your body to use your stored energy, which is fat, and create ketones. So pretty much the ketogenic diet is fasting with calories almost, if you get what I'm trying to say. The reason why the ketogenic diet and fasting go along so well is because when you combine fasting with ketogenic diet, you're actually going to get into ketosis faster. Now, especially if you're doing the ketogenic diet specifically to lose weight, then you definitely want to add in fasting, because for one, when you're on the ketogenic diet or any diet, you still have to be in a caloric deficit, okay? And when you're doing a high fat diet, those calories, the food we eat is a little bit more calorically dense. So you might eat a little less, but you're going to hit your calorie limit faster than you would if you ate a regular diet. And that's just because high fat foods are very high calories. However, when you add in the intermittent fasting, it helps prevent us from overeating. So let's, for example, if you're used to eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner, all you have to do is just skip breakfast and maybe prolong lunch, maybe an hour or two, and then you will eat your two big meals at the end of the day. So at the end of the day, you probably save yourself an extra 500 or so calories by skipping breakfast, and also you benefited from the fasting, and you're still in your ketosis state. So if you've been on the ketogenic diet for a while, your body is so good at utilizing fats now that when you do fast, your body is rapidly producing more ketones when you're in a fasted state. For example, if you've been on a ketogenic diet, high fat, low carb diet, and then you decide to add in intermittent fasting, or you want to just pick a couple days out of the week to fast and not eat anything, your body is so well adapted to using fats that you probably won't even get hungry while you're fasting, because your body is so good at utilizing your own stored body fat. You can probably just breeze through those fasted states without even losing any energy, without feeling hungry or starved, because your body is so well at using the fats. And thus, so you're going to be losing more weight because your body is using more of your stored fat. If you are brand new to intermittent fasting, or if you're brand new to the ketogenic diet, I would highly suggest that you either one, do your own research, or two, bypass all that and just get my Keto Fit Plan ebook, which tells you exactly everything that you need to know to start the ketogenic diet. But let's just say you already know how to do the ketogenic diet and you just want to start doing the intermittent fasting. The one thing I would suggest you do is do the 16-8 fast. So pretty much the 16-8 fast is pretty much you have a 16-hour window where you do not eat. So you eat for 8 hours. So people start their eating window around lunchtime. So let's say noon. So you would eat from noon to 8 p.m. or so. get all of your recommended daily calories and your macros in between those 8 hours. You will stop eating at 8 o'clock that night, and you won't eat again until 12 p.m. the next day, and that will be at 16 hours. So for most people, that is their preferred method of intermittent fasting, and this is the easiest way, because really all you have to do is have dinner around 7:30. Don't eat anything past 8 o'clock. Skip breakfast, skip breakfast, and may only have like maybe some black coffee or unsweetened tea or something like that in the morning, and then have lunch. And that's pretty much, you've done your 16-hour fast. Some people like to take it a step above that and do like, they do fast where they don't eat for like a 24-hour period. So some people do like 2 to 3 days out of the week where they won't eat anything. They'll just fast the whole day and only drink water and maybe black coffee and tea or something like that. Now that's also a good method as well, but for the most part, I see a lot of people having a lot of success with the 16-8 fast. So now when you're fasting, you pretty much can't eat or drink any calories, or you're going to break your fast. So a lot of times what most people would do during their fast is drink coffee, unsweetened coffee, black coffee, tea, unsweetened tea. Now you can use things like sugar alternatives, like stevia or stuff like that. However, creamer and heavy whipping cream and all that stuff, you don't want to be using none of that stuff. Some people do the bulletproof coffee in the morning for their fast, and that's because the bulletproof coffee is all fat. So technically, you're not fasting per se, but technically your body is still like using its own fat as energy, because you're not eating any carbs. So that's called a fat fast. Like if you wake up in the morning and you just have a bulletproof coffee or whatever like that, like that's still, it's technically, it still can be intermittent fasting, but traditional intermittent fasting is no calories until your eating window starts. So for anyone out there who's wondering about whether they should do keto or intermittent fasting, I say do both. They work great together, guys. All right, guys, so that is the end of this video. Like I said, I just want to make this video really quick, just to kind of get in here and give you guys some quick knowledge, but I'll see you guys again on the next video. Bye, guys.